So hey guys, and welcome to another YouTube video in our Java tutorial series. And in this video, actually going to be looking into two things. Number one, which is collecting the input from the user, and then the second item, which is looking into the if statements. Right. So without wasting much of the time, let's actually get started. So to collect input from the user, we actually need to use something known as a scanner. Right. So to use this one, we need to import it first. So let's do import java.util.scanner like this. At first it got me like this this asterisk like this, which means you need to if you put this asterisk like this, it means you need to import everything which is from this java.util, but we actually need one item. We don't need literally everything from that. So let's specify the scanner that we need to use, right? So to use this we can do scanner. Let's give our scanner a name, which is sc, and then let's do a new scanner, and then we need to provide something like this, which is a source. Then this is our system.in, right? That means we are whatever we are going to type, right, it's actually going to be saved in the variable. Like this is our scanner object, which is sc. And then now let's go on to say what do we need to collect. We need to collect an integer or a string or what, but let's just call an integer like int. Let's have a is equals to, and then we say sc dot next int, like this. So if you run this, let's actually test this and run and see what's going to happen, right? So we said we need an integer, right? Let me just type in probably a string like this. What will happen? We have an error, right? We had specified that we need an integer. So whatever we are going to type needs to be an integer for this to work properly, right? So let me actually go on to print out this from the screen. Dot print, and then we print a to print ln like this. So let's run this and see what we are going to get, right? So if I type in 56, you see it actually prints 56, right? So let me do something here, which is you typed in, yeah, so that is proper, displays proper output. So let's run this again one more time, right? So if we type in what, 19, you see you typed in 19. So to collect input from the user is actually something which is literally not difficult, right? But it is something which is very, very, very simple. Just like this, you see we collected an integer, right? But now let's see, maybe we want a string or we want program something, right? So let's go and change this variable to a string like this, and then here we just type in next like this. So if we run this here, it's actually going to accept whatever we type, because we type in something like this and then put numbers like this, you see it actually prints whatever that I typed in here, because it's actually going to take everything as a string, right? The only problem is when you're using we are using different types of something like, say, an integer, right? Then you cannot change these psd something, these characters to integers or to booleans or to double or to actually any type like of type. Let's just do something like this. All right, no, let's just leave it like that and go on to the next that we need to do, right? So here I needed what? I needed an integer, then it's actually next int, right? So that has been it for collecting the input from the user. It's actually as simple as that. You can actually do whatever you want with the input after you get it. But now let's go on to the if statements, right? So what I want to do here is after collecting the input, right, we need to compare, like what if statements do, like they use to declare a block of like a code that is, or that only executes if a certain condition is met. Like for this, let's say if say an if like this. So if a is equals to 1, then we actually need to do something here, right? So I'm not sure if I talked about this 2 forward slashes. Anyways, these what they do is like just declaring that this line is a comment. So whenever you do, you see it is typed out in green like this. So whenever the compiler goes through this line of code, it will ignore it because it's just a comment. It's not something that is ready to be executed. It's just a comment so that people can actually read and understand maybe a block of code what it does, right? So from saying like this, you see this is right, our condition which is in here. So when you declare an if statement like this, you have to put a condition in here, right? A condition. So the condition that we had in here is if a is equals to 1, right? Let's actually do something in here. So code which will be in this block will only be executed if this condition is is false, then this will not be executed. So all right, let's do something. So if is equals to 1, let's just to print out something. Just print, I need an ln like this. So number you typed is equal to 1. Yep. Let's do something. So let's run this and see what's going to happen there. So if I type in 1, you see the number you typed is equal to 1. So let's run this again and actually see what will happen. Let me type in 7. You see it actually terminates, and then it doesn't print this because it's 7. So it comes and says, is 7 equal to 1? No. So that condition is false. So this will not be executed. Just like that. That's our if statements work. They are as simple as that. You can actually change conditions to say if a is equals to 1 like that, right? Then let me probably put brackets here, and what if a is greater than what greater than 7. So let's do not int but actually an or like that. So if a is equals to 1 or a is greater than 7, then number you typed is equal to 1 or is what greater than 7. So that actually makes sense. What I wrote here, the number you typed is equal to 1, okay, or is greater than 7. Yeah, it actually makes sense. So let's run this and actually see what we are going to get. I'm not going to type a number which is equals to 1, but I'm actually going to type a number which is greater than 7. So let me type in 9. You see the number you typed is equal to 1 or is greater than 7. What happened is you see this condition. Okay, let me take this condition and put it here. We comment this. So what happened, this condition actually evaluates to false, right? And then this second condition actually evaluates to true because the number is 9. So 9 is greater than 7, right? It's true. But 9 is not equal to what is 9 equal to 1? No, evaluates to false. But we are using this operator to check this is or, right? So when we are using the or operator, we actually if actually evaluates to true if any of these are actually true, like if one of these conditions is actually true. So we had a false and a true, actually evaluates to true, right? Let me actually remove this. So I need to revert back to what I had at first, right? Something like this. So let's say if this condition is actually met, right, we had to print this. But let's say if we had to do something because this condition is not met, what should we do? We use an else statement, right? So we need to use this else statement. We go on to say like this else, and then let's say just system dot out dot print need println like this, and then what am I going to type? Number typed is not this equal to 1, right? That really makes sense. So if I type a number which is equals to 1, I actually need to this to actually happen. But if I type a number which is not equal to 1, then this code up here will be executed. So let's run this and see what it's going to do and see if it works correctly. So let me type in 8. You see we get the number you typed is not equal to 1, right? So whenever we are using these if statements, right, we can use them not just like this, but we can actually chain if statements, like inside an if statement we can actually put another, say, if statement like this. So let's actually do something like, let's say, okay, a what a is equals to 1. Here I don't have, okay, let me change this to a is greater than 1, but then let's say a is less than 5. This, then we can literally do something like dot out dot print ln like this. Then what do we need to do? Okay, so the number we typed is 5. So let's change this to become equal. So does this make sense? If I type in the number which is bigger than 1, then evaluates to this, but if I type in a number which is equal to 5, it gives me this. Yeah, that really makes sense. So let's run this and see what we are going to get. Right, so let's type in what? Let's type in 5. You see the number you typed is 5. So evaluated this statement and see that okay, this is true, right, from using 5. And then it evaluates, so in this block of code, like then it evaluates to true like this condition, and then the number you typed is 5, like that one. There's one more thing that we can actually use, which is an else if, right? So let me remove this, and we have this. Okay, let me do something here, like else if like this. So let me just type in something like, anyways, I just need to get rid of these errors. What are they saying? Dead code, like, all right. So if a is actually equal to 3, just like that. All right, so what this do is actually if this condition, right, is evaluated true, it do something like this. But what happens if this condition actually evaluates to false? It gets to this. So here we are actually saying, okay, if it is false, right, we now have to check for another condition to say, not just to say if it's false, let's just do something like what we did at first, to say just go on to the else. But now let's check for another condition to see if that condition actually is made, right? So let's revert back to a is equals to 1 like this, and then here maybe a is equals to 3. So let's type in something like system.out.println like this, and then you typed, oh sorry, you typed 3, just like this. So let's run this and see if it's actually working, and I'll explain later on, right? So if I type in 3, you typed 3, just like that. So we actually had to check for another condition, because this condition actually evaluated to false, right? So let me clear out this and actually get to say, okay, so we're saying if, right, so if only, so this condition is here is that when something, or let me type in do something like this. So the code on the so whatever is within the line number 8 and the line number 10 is actually evaluated when this condition is actually true. Like to say what, let me do something like this, like boolean s is equals to what, is equals to true, right? So okay, let me say false. Yeah, that really makes sense. So if say s is equal to false, so s is equal to false, it is actually true, right? Although we are using false like this, but to check the condition, so whatever is checked is, if it evaluates to true, then that's why it evaluates the things that are in here. So let's go on to something like this. So probably if not, then what, yes, like this, then it means what it's going to do here is to revert this output, right? Say this is false, and then it gets onto true, and then this will be actually well, it's interesting. Let's just check it out and see. In dot out dot in the lane. So okay, condition evaluated to true, right? Condition evaluates to true, like that. Let's see. Oh, I already have this scanner. Okay, that's okay. Let's do this. All right. So boolean s is equals to false, right? And then this one, then it actually prints out here the condition evaluates to true. So that has been it for this video. The feedback is really important. Let me know what you think down in the comment section if this video was actually helpful. Don't forget to share the video, like the video, share and subscribe to the channel, and then I'll see you in another YouTube video.